What's up, guys? So in this video, we're going to elaborate on a subject that has been around for a couple of weeks now. People are still talking about it, still giving in their options and their opinions about it, and that is the notch that everyone is either loving or hating. LG just recently put out where they kind of wanted to get people's opinions about a top notch, what people think about it, which is kind of really weird to really kind of go on that route and say, hey guys, tell me what you guys think. Do you guys like the notch? Do you guys don't like the notch? And make a decision based on it, because there are a group of people who like the notch. They don't have a problem with it. They think it looks good. And then you have a group of people who don't like the notch and don't want it there and think it's ugly. But there is a gray area between. It's not just black or white, you know. So, I mean, you still can make a phone with the notch, and there will be people that will buy it. And the ones that don't want a notch are not going to buy it. So, I mean, you got to kind of just think about it like that. But what are other alternatives that can be done? And because I was thinking of what could they do to make an all-screen display type phone without having such a big, wide notch at the top. And to be quite honest with people, to reach that level of an all-screen, they would have to come up with a form of technology that would basically have the camera behind the screen the screen will allow it to take a photo with being able to visually place, a display. That is my ringtone. But something like that of that nature, if they could build a technology to do that, because we already have the technology to build an on-screen fingerprint reader. So, I mean, that's already there. But then people would be like, well, but how would they do it? Like, even if they had a way to hide the camera, to put the camera behind the display and allow it to visibly take photos, how would they still do it, though? I mean, there would have to be a spot for an ear receiver, right? I think those are the big questions here that I was thinking to myself, exactly what would they need to do to build an all-screen display without having such a wide notch at the top and have the screen go around it. So if they had a way to basically hide the front-facing camera behind the display, allowing it to visually snap a photo clearly with no obstructions from what the display is visually displaying, that would be completely cool. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible. Anything's possible with technology. I mean, years ago, we didn't even have fingerprint reading as a way to unlock a phone, and they found a way to make a biometric reader small enough for your finger to unlock your phone. I mean, it's possible. But as far as like for the other things that they're saying, oh, you need an ear speaker receiver so you can hear on your phone calls. You need a place for the proximity sensor. Proximity sensors can be very thin. They can be very small. So you can even rail that. And I mean like literally on the top rail, or the same as if you were to put the camera, on the display, with the display kind of hiding the camera, but allowing the camera to visually snap a selfie of you. You can probably hide the proximity sensor in the same form of fashion. But a speaker for you to hear on your phone calls when you're holding it to your ear, how could they solve that? And one thing came to mind is that we have technology already for that. And I was looking at my Aquos crystal, and I was saying, hey, they literally could build if they could get rid of this bottom chin right here and hide the camera behind the display and the proximity sensor behind the display, they could literally have an all-screen display with no notches at all. Because one thing that made the Aquos crystal where you could have phone calls without a speaker, because you can see there's no speaker up here at all, is that you place your ear on the display, and the technology on this phone, the display vibrates, creating the sound so you can hear a phone conversation. So that's how you would listen to calls on this phone. And when I was using the Aquos crystal and I had phone calls and I placed it, you wouldn't even know. It's not like you feel the phone vibrating or anything. You wouldn't even know. And the call quality was good for not actually having a receiver speaker. It was good. And I'm like, why aren't they incorporating this with devices currently today that are going for an all-screen display? That's the question. So does Android devices really need to copy the iPhone X's top notch and go for that? Because even if they didn't do that, even if they made a notch on the top on Android devices, the same as the Essential phone, just a cutout for the camera, and within that camera they had the proximity sensor, so it left a very small notch at the top, very small. you can still not have to have a speaker there, and you can go with on-screen vibration for you to hear your phone calls. It's a possibility because the Aquos Crystal did it. So they can't say they can't do it. And I'm sure with today's brainiacs out there, they could even make the feature itself much better than what it was on the Aquos Crystal. I mean, clarity and sound could be a lot better, right? Because if you're going to listen to music, obviously they're going to have a speaker built in, maybe at the bottom, maybe on the back of the phone, so you can listen to music with the speaker, or you can plug in headphones or Bluetooth, right? But as far as for that, to not have that long bar notch, there's a possibility right there. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that would be a cool move for any OEM to actually try to implement, to build a full all-screen display without needing the speaker of creating a long bar notch at the top? Would you guys be okay if the phone looked similar to the Essential phone and had the screen vibration for sound, for call sounding? Let me know in the comment section of this video. And yes, until then, I'll talk to you on the next one. Aloha. And don't forget, subscribe if you have not subscribed. And if you do, click that bell option so you know when I upload a video.